Well, for today's video, I figured I'd take you on a tour of places I've lived in San Bernardino. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them because some of them are kind of way out there. So, first one is pretty close to here. It's like about 8 in the morning right now. A little chilly out here, but like I said, I like cold weather, so I'm not upset about that. I'm going to go over the hill today. Go straight up over the road. I could take the sidewalk over, but can't go as fast on the sidewalk. Yeah, so I made a mistake on the videos I uploaded yesterday. I used Power Director, which isn't a mistake, but so I could join the files together, or the clips together, but I forgot to make sure it was like rendered in 1080. So I was like watching them back to see how they looked, and I was like, oh crap. I have clipped my mic to one of the straps on my chest mount harness as opposed to sticking it in my beard. I don't know why I didn't figure that out sooner. I just got a bug in my mouth. That was fun. I didn't swallow it, so I don't get extra protein today. Got a whole fucking lane, handicapped person. Get a fucking Jesus Christ, dude. They could have merged over to the lane. What I was trying to say is they should have merged over to the other lane, cleared me, then merged back over, but they just like barely gave me enough room. That guy's like going way too fast. See, this bike goes up hills pretty well. I'm going over E Street right now. I'm going about 23. I honestly think like smaller fat tires are the way to go as opposed to big fat tires. Because you can still roll over a lot of stuff with a small tire if it's a fat tire. That's why I really want to do something about this front wheel I have on here. Okay, well, the first place I lived at was, not the first, but one of the first places I'm showing you is this apartment complex right here. It's called the Kendall Palms Apartments. I think it's still called the Kendall Palms. It may be something else now. I lived upstairs. It was okay. Walls were kind of paper thin. Heard a lot of shit I really didn't want to hear. Oh, I got a signal to deal with right now. Forgot I wanted to go up H. The fuck, dude? So some guy in a fucking AAA truck just fucking lurched his truck at me for some fucking reason. I don't know. I got to the intersection first and stopped first. It was my turn to go. What the hell that was all about? So I'm gonna probably have to report his ass to AAA. You got a fucking problem, bro? You want to go? It's like I don't know. It's like I want to yell at people around here, but then I don't, because you never know. Fucking San Bernardino, crazy ass motherfuckers all over this place. Morning. One of the places I'm not going to be able to show is I lived on 26th Street down by Davidson Elementary, which was like one of the schools I went to, but it's like opposite the direction I'm heading in right now. In total, from my elementary school days and high school and junior high school days, I went to 3 elementary schools. I went to Cypress, Davidson, and North Park. 2 junior high schools. I went to Mary Putnam Hank up in the mountains. Serrano Junior High School. And then the 3 high schools I went to were San Gregonio, Redlands High School, and Cajon. My parents were divorced, so I kept bouncing back and forth between them. And the next house I lived at was this one right here on the corner I just passed on the left, with my dad and my stepmom on Carlton Street. Actually, I should not. Well, wait, I can go this way. Crap, I totally missed a whole section. I'll have to get it on the way back. I forgot. I was gonna. Damn it, I started in the middle. Oh well. I'll go to the furthest out one I'm going to go today, and then I'll go back. not feeling too awesome this morning. Some indigestion and heartburn and my usual shit. Took some Pepto, but it doesn't really seem to be working. I can't remember if I said on the right or on the left on Carl Street. I lived at the house on the left if you're headed south on the corner. I think I may have said right, I don't know. Morning. There are some nice roads in San Bernardino, but the majority of them are pretty messed up. It's funny, this one never really gets that messed up, and they haven't repaved it in a very long time. Kind of going out of my way to get to this next residence, but just trying to avoid some traffic issues. I don't know if I mentioned it before. I said I wanted to get more batteries for this bike. What I really want to do is get two 54 volt 20 to 30 amp hour battery packs. That sheriff's fucking speeding way too fucking fast. I hope he's going somewhere. He's not just taking advantage of his power and just speeding. Jesus Christ. Two 54 volt 20 or 30 amp hour battery packs would be good for this bike. I know the controllers can handle them. That'd give me my range and cut down on some of my taking up real estate with all these battery packs on here. Pretty sure each pack would run me between $400 and $500. So that's a ways off. But it'd give me more speed and it'd give me a lot more range. I don't think I want to put anything much higher than 54 volts on this bike. Look at that, I got a green light. Hope it stays green. Kind of want to avoid this bike lane. It tends to be full of stickers from the side of the road here. This is one of the ways you go to get to Walmart down here off of Hallmark Parkway. I used to go grocery shopping here a lot when I was feeling better. My health was better. I'd hook up my bike trailer to one of my other bikes and spend like $100 and load my backpack and my bike up and the trailer up and head back. So e-bikes are versatile and very handy, especially if you want to go shopping. You just got to get some peripherals like a bike trailer or a basket. And before I had the bike trailer, what I did was I strapped a milk crate on the back of my bike on the carrier, and that worked actually really well. Made the bike kind of unbalanced, but it carried what I needed it to carry. Okay, and this next apartment complex up here called Castle Park Apartments, I lived here too. Back in like early 2000s. Pretty nice apartment complex. It's kind of expensive back then. I had no idea. I'm pretty sure it's way more expensive now. I gotta come up here and flip a U-turn and head back, because this is the furthest out I'm going right now. My other place I lived was my aunt's house out up close to Devore, and that's too far for me to go right now. I'd be able to get there, but I probably would have a heck of a time getting home without any battery power. Or, she ended up selling her house a few years ago to industrial people. Basically the whole area is mostly industrial now. There's some houses left. They really didn't do anything with their house though. It's just sitting there. I guess they're just using her yard. She had a lot of acreage. I guess they're just using it for storage. This guy's gonna stop. God damn it. Should have stopped. Oh, fucking sinkhole. I can't remember what school this is. I don't know if there's a name on the outside of it. Right next to a church, but I don't think the church and the school are affiliated. I just think they happen to be next to each other. Yeah, I still don't know. I think it changed names. That's Kendall Elementary. Okay, yeah, it's Kendall Elementary. When I worked at Pizza Hut, I remember making big pizza party orders for this school, and pretty much all the schools around here. Man, Pizza Hut was a freaking nightmare job. I worked there way too long. Kept thinking it was going to get better, and I tried to get other jobs while I was working there, like just to get a new job, and they're like, oh, well, we'd have to bump you back to minimum wage, and I couldn't afford it because I was paying for an apartment. So I had to stay there. That job fucked me up, man. A lot of the pain I suffer from today is from working at that job, not being able to take breaks as a manager. And they're like, tell me, oh, you can take breaks? It's like, how? How am I going to take breaks, like, especially on an opening shift when it's me and one driver? When am I supposed to take a break? I got to freaking take the orders, make the orders, cut the orders, box and bag the orders. One time I had help. It was when the freaking, the driver was there between deliveries. And I also had to do the prep for the night. So I don't know when the hell I was supposed to take a break. I couldn't clock out to take a lunch break because I had to be clocked in to be able to route my drivers and catch customers in. I think I did join a class action lawsuit against them. I made like $800 or something for that a few years after I quit. I got a thing in the mail. So that's kind of cool. Fuck Pizza Hut. And fuck them even more now, man. They fucking charge so much, dude. So much. You get like 2 pizzas from them for delivery, it's like $40 fucking. That's ridiculous. They try to say it's all because it's California's fees or some shit, some tax law. I'm like, you're full of shit, dude. They charge a $5 service fee, and guess where that service fee goes? It doesn't go to the drivers, it doesn't go to the employees, it goes to Pizza Hut. All their service fees, they don't pay their drivers shit for delivery. They pocket most of that money. And most of the shit they make costs next to nothing to make. Especially like the breadsticks, man. They'll charge you like, what, $4 or $5 for order of breadsticks, and it costs them like 50 cents to make it. And it has nothing to do with labor costs. They're making money hand over fist, especially after just coming off the pandemic. You know they were fucking raking in the dough because people not going anywhere. And then like most of the fees they started fucking charging people started after the pandemic was winding down because they're losing all that revenue they were getting. They're like, oh shit, we got to do something. I had more respect for Domino's because even after the pandemic started winding down, they didn't start charging a bunch of extra fees, but then they kind of got on the bandwagon and started doing what everybody else was doing, and now they're expensive. Not as expensive as Pizza Hut, but they're still pretty expensive now. Kind of going a roundabout way. I kind of want to get a ride in too and just do something a little different on this ride. Go a few different directions. But yeah, I had horrible bosses at Pizza Hut, horrible customers, horrible employees, horrible co-workers. I had good ones too, but you know what? The bad ones outnumbered the good ones. They were just like fucking horrible people, man. Fucking people dealing drugs, people driving around with open alcohol containers in their vehicle. I'm talking about delivery drivers. I don't know what it's like now. I hope they aren't still doing that shit. People high on drugs. And so like one of the other employees reported or snitched on a bunch of people for doing the drug side of it, and a whole shitload of drivers got fired. It was kind of a friend of mine was like complaining. He's like, I just lost my best drivers. I said, you lost a bunch of drug addicts and alcoholics that were drinking and doing drugs on the job and selling shit, bro. What are you complaining about? You still have a job. You could have lost your job. And they tried to fire this one dude named Andre, who Pizza Hut was his side job. He actually was school resource officer, and I'm like, no, dude, Andre's like gets drug tested randomly and regularly. He's like school police, man. Don't fire Andre. He didn't do nothing wrong. So the area coach interviewed me, and I said, all I know is what I was told right before he said he was going to call you and talk to you about it, because it wasn't my place to report it. He said he brought it up to the general manager, and the general manager never did anything about it. I'm not going to out the person that reported everybody, but I had no idea until after the fact what had been going on. Yeah, but all those people got fired, and I think they blamed me, and I fucking was sitting there, I didn't tell anybody anything. I don't know why everybody always fucking blames me for everything. I guess I got one of those, blame this guy faces. Yeah, I've had a lot of controversy in my life. Didn't have the best childhood either. I mean, when my parents were married, it was okay, and they got divorced when I was about 5. They said I acted out when I was a kid. I just don't remember acting out. But I remember acting out when I was a little older. But that was reacting to my dad and my stepmom's marriage, because my dad was cool, but my stepmom was a fucking super bitch. Abusive towards me, basically, I had 3 step-parents, and they were all assholes. Out of 3 step-parents, every single step-parent was progressively worse. And Rhonda was my stepmom. She was extremely abusive, and she ran a fucking daycare center out of her house. She was a licensed, bonded daycare center operator out of her house, who she took CPR classes and all that shit. And luckily, she never took any of her aggression out on her kids she was taking care of, but she didn't hold back for me and her own children. I mean, my little sister Shelly didn't get any of it, but me and my 2 stepsisters did, and we're all kind of fucked up because of it. And then my mom's second husband I felt sorry for him. He was raised, all my step-parents were also raised in abusive homes, but they didn't grow past it. They just continued the abuse. But my first stepdad, Mitch, I just felt sorry for him. He was just pathetic. He was an electrical engineer at frickin' St. Bernardino's, and he was illiterate. I have no clue how they hired an illiterate electrical engineer, but should have probably waited there, bud. And he didn't really hit me a lot. He was just kind of aggressive. I don't know. He hit his own sons more. And then Bruce, oh man, trifecta of asshole step-parents. This motherfucker, dude. I would beat the shit out of him today if he wasn't so fucking old and decrepit. It'd be like the reverse. If he was picking on and beating and hitting me as a fucking child, if I were to beat his ass up as an old man, I'd be just as bad as he was. But man, he hit me. Found out later on after I moved out that he hit my mom a couple times. Hit his own daughter one fucking time, and she was stunned because he treated her like a fucking princess most of the time. Then later on, this is a fucking guy. This piece of shit fucking left my mom for his fucking first cousin. He didn't even go down a few bars in cousins. He went right after his first fucking cousin, and they're fucking married now. That's fucking gross. And not only that, the shit he used to do to me, he started doing to his cousin wife's fucking daughter. A female, which is even fucking worse. I know everybody wants to be equal, but when a grown-ass man's beating the shit out of a fucking teenage girl, and he did it before Valentine, he got arrested. But they let his ass out, and his fucking cousin wife took him back. He was so negligent, he actually drowned a couple of their dogs by letting him get in the pool, and then walking away, and they were too little to get out on their own, and they fucking drowned. I think it may have been one dog or 2 dogs. The camera's still recording, that's good. Yeah, I used to live at these apartment complexes right here on the right. I can't remember what the name of the apartment complex is. These are actually pretty nice apartments at the time. They probably still are. They're pretty roomy. And then there's no name on the apartment complex. How are you supposed to fucking find out where it is? And I used to live at this house right here on the right. Used to be attached to a church. I rented a room from one of my stepsister's boyfriends, because she was waiting for Section 8 to approve her for an apartment, and she got it, so she had to move, and then they arranged for me to go there, because I was staying with her, because on my graduation day, my stepmother arranged for me to get kicked out, because we had a falling out like a few months before, because she's a horrible piece of shit, and she didn't like people facing her with the facts of how much of a horrible piece of shit she was, because she's very introverted, and a horrible piece of shit. So I ended up getting kicked out on my graduation day, and I had nowhere to go, so they ended up arranging me to go stay with my stepsister. I also lived here at 4080 Sepulveda, right here on the right. It's called Sepulveda Palms now. I don't know what it was called before. I think they changed the name. But yeah. So, and my sister wasn't that good of a person at the time. She's a lot better than she used to be. She started getting her shit together. But like, I would get paid, and I didn't have a bank account, so I'd store my cash in my room, and I'd go to get my cash to go buy something or pay a bill, and it was gone. She was going in my room taking my money and said, "Oh, just take it out of your rent." She treated me like a fucking payday loan bank place without the fees. Finally, I said, my grandmother, first we got me a fire safe box so I could lock it so she couldn't get into it. She got all pissed about that, and I'm like, oh fucking well. And then eventually I got a bank account at B of A, and that stopped that for me. And that was basically, oh yeah, and when I got kicked out on my graduation day, I was only fucking 17 years old, so that was child endangerment. I could have fucking gone to the police with that shit. I should have. Yeah. Oh, got a stray dog over here. Be careful. So if you can understand now why I have the anxiety disorders and panic disorders and shit I have, it's trauma from my childhood. Never been suicidal or anything like that, though. So they've always taken me to psychiatrists, and don't take your kids to a psychiatrist. Don't do it. I mean, make sure you go to an honest one that actually does practice patient-doctor privilege, whatever the fuck it is, for confidentiality, because they took me to psychiatrists, and I told them what was happening to me, and then they turned around and told my parents what I was saying, and the narcissistic asshole my stepdad was then beat me up later on. He's like literally Trump level narcissism. I think it's Trump's number one, he'd be number two. Yeah, so fuck psychiatrists. They betray the fuck out of you. They cannot be trusted. I'm sorry, I know if everybody's like, oh, talk to a psychiatrist, you'll feel better. These motherfuckers laugh at you behind your fucking back, dude. They have all their own bullshit that they're dealing with, and they turn around and fucking say they can help you. They can't help shit. They don't fucking care. They went to school to get a degree to get a paycheck. They may think that they're helping people. They may think that, oh, yeah, I want to help you. I'm going to make you better so you can have a happy, full, productive life. It's like bullshit. You want a paycheck. Unless you're like doing your shit pro bono or for free, you want a paycheck. Plain and simple. Sorry, but that's just how I feel. None of them fucking helped me at all. They fucking just betrayed me. Got me in more trouble for doing nothing. I should fucking find out who they are and sue their fucking asses. But I think they're mostly, hopefully they're fucking dead and gone by now. Fuck those guys. Women. Fuck them. You know who you fucking talk to? You talk to your fucking friends and your family. Don't pay someone to fucking help you with your mental problems. Because if you're paying them, then they're fucking untrue. Then they're fucking bad people. It's like, might as well fucking go see pay your money to a fucking psychic hotline. That's about the level of fucking help you're going to get from a fucking psychiatrist. I'm wondering how many times I can say fucking this. Maybe I can say fucking this so many fucking times I say it more than the fucking last fucking Die Hard movie. I mean, what was it like? I think it was Die Hard 2 that they said the F word the most fucking times. Fuck. I'm gonna be here for a second. I'm gonna hop off the bike, give my butt a break. And now I'm not saying that everybody that went to school to get a degree, to get a paycheck is not interested in helping people. I mean, school teachers are fucking awesome. They do not get paid enough. And they know going in they're not going to get paid enough, but they still do what they do. Well, for the most part, there are some asshole school teachers. And doctors. Doctors are cool, for the most part. ER doctors kind of suck. They kind of just want to get you out of the ER as soon as possible, not like actually help you. They just give you pain relievers and go, oh, I see that your heart rate slowed down and your pain's gone away. I guess you're okay. You can go home now. That's been my experience. And that was I've been to St. Bernardine's. They've done that to me. Loma Linda Hospital, they did that to me. The community hospital down off like Mount Vernon did that shit to me. One of the places sent me home. They'd given me like whatever was a little bit stronger than morphine for a severe abdominal pain, and sent me home. Didn't send me home with any prescriptions for any pain relievers or anything. And like a few hours later, I'm back in the fucking hospital with the same fucking pain, moaning and groaning, screaming my head off, not knowing what the fuck's wrong with me. I'm not gonna go. I have a stop sign. I'm not fucking stupid. Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. He wasn't even waving me. He just hit his brakes all super hard like I was going to cut him off. God damn, dude. I fucking know better. I didn't survive this long riding bikes by fucking riding like an asshole. Yeah, so when I combine this video, I'm gonna definitely make sure that I render it in 1080. Morning. I just realized I said that in Die Hard 2 they said the F word a whole bunch of fucking times. That's kind of funny. Why did I turn it into the F word? Honestly, like, the last day that I lived with my mom and my stepdad when I was a teenager, like, my stepdad came home from somewhere, and I can't remember what happened, but he attacked me, and when he tackled me, my knee dislocated, and he like grabbed my hair and slammed my head to the ground and said, "Don't you ever fucking fight back again," because I fought back. And I bruised his fucking ribs. Fuck that guy. And later on, he came out to the garage while I was sweeping the garage and like grabbed the broom out of my hands and said, "You ever do that fucking again, I'm gonna put you in the fucking hospital." And then when he went to work, because he was a truck driver for Redaway, so he was like the long haul guy, so he'd be gone for a couple days, thank God. I told my mom what happened. I said, "I'm moving back in with Dad." I said, "You need to divorce this piece of shit," but she didn't. I'm not mad at my mom about that. She didn't know what else to do. She had nowhere else to go herself, so. I mean, the guy was on medication, and he was still an asshole. They had him on like a high dose of lithium, and he was still an asshole. Yeah. So that's when I moved back in with my mom, or my dad and my stepmom. And when I first got there, Rhonda was nice to me. She was great, and I had a falling out with him. So, I mean, up until that point, Rhonda had been kind of a bitch, and then she was nice to me, and then we had the argument, and then she was like super bitch again. So, and like when my dad died, he made my stepsister, executor of his will. I told him, I said, "Why did you do that? She's gonna fucking rip us all off. She's a fucking horrible person, Dad. What the fuck?" And lo and behold, she did. Kept most of the money that he had for herself. They like gave me $1,000 out of his bank account and then left and took his trailer he had and fixed it up and sold it, and I never saw another dime. Yeah, and then also the truck, he had a Chevy Silverado with like a camper shell on the back. It was worth about $7,000. They like had a Kelly Blue booked it or whatever the fuck they did with it and found out what it was worth. And Rhonda was supposed to pay $7,000 to Jamie, and she was supposed to